the big cats is evident throughout college football. Tigers, lions, wildcats, and cougars. The apex predator of the jungle or the mountains prowls this landscape, and when we get a pair of them together, claws will certainly fly. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So FIU's offense will go to work first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
3rd down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Bowen. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Let's take a minute to look at Florida International. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
And back to the air on 2nd down. This time he's got it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Panthers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. It's a fumble on the play.
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting takeaways, and with their backs against the wall, they're able to force the fumble and fall on it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Sends it back in motion. Looking for a man. It's Tollefson. Under fire. With the catch, it's Westbrook. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Washington State sends out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Let's see what he can do with it. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
Intercepted. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Washington State. How about this defense taking one back to the house? That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game when you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off of it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Off the play fake on first down. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Nice gain on that play, but it leaves it a little short of the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looking downfield, it's Bowen. Here comes... Rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. FIU will line up to punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's sacked. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Racing down the left side at the 20. Touchdown, Florida International. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets, making the big play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got a man, it's Evans. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Gonna run it, it's Woods. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. To throw, it's Tollefson. Bringing the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and more. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. He now has 53 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. The Panthers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Blair.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Panthers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense. Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for them.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. When you're starting like that, now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This all.
Touchdown, Panthers. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Back to throw, it's Tollefson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
To the air on second down. Finds a tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It'll be third and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Here's a heat. That's reeled in. It's Evans. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. He slides that just inside the right upright. That'll bring him to within 4. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 4 over Stanford. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They go to the ground. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Bowen. Got his man on the right.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Panthers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pulls it in. It's Brown. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Panthers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Carter. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Throws toward the end zone. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding.
Intentional grounding.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going to try to get it himself. Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Now up by 7 points here in the second. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter.
Washington State, 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
I agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind. Turning it on. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, FIU. The defense putting points on the board.
What a nice job by the defense. Not only getting the football out, the awareness to scoop it up. I got space, get up the field, a little caravan to the end zone, making the big play. And this offense in game one, man, not only do you give up the turnover, you give up a touchdown, and you haven't scored that many points. They got to get it together.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
So now it's second and long. Back to throw, it's Tollefson. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He lofts one down the sideline. Makes the grab. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal. And the Cougars are rolling down the field. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Motion from the wide receiver. They go right back to this guy on second and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Still some work to do here on third and goal from the 3. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to throw on first down. And Pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Bowen. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Moving out of the pocket. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll run it to the right side. Trying to take it back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Washington State has it in the red zone. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Flips it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Splits the uprights. Good. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. He now has 110 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to throw, it's Bowen. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. The snap sets up the throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Now that's a throw in the drag route where you just got to have patience. You got to let your wide receiver clear through all the bodies in the middle of the field, and they just couldn't hook up on that one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Carter. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. FIU will line up to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Caught behind the line. It's Westbrook.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in the groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too. Because of what you just said, David, they can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Grabbed behind the line. It's Westbrook. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 15 yards on that one, and a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Wazoo eager to pay off this red zone trip. Wide receiver comes in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up 2nd down. The give out of the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Got out of trouble and throws. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
You know, I got to tell you, as an offense, moving forward in this game, 3rd and long, you're going to have to push the ball downfield a little bit more. You got to throw to the sticks and give yourself a chance to convert these 3rd downs.
And this one splits the uprights. That brings them to within 1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? All that speculation all week, and now we know that something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Bowen. catch in the middle. It's Brown. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a dub.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
Offense on the move. Hey, big play there. Gets it to the 30. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
They'll go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Coming up on second down as they try to hold this lead. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on third and long. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To the air. It's Bowen. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up fourth.
Nestled just inside that right upright. They push the lead to 4 here in the fourth. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, they're after him. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's second and 4.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You can see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Evans. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. This is a situation you dreamed of in the backyard, but now it's for real. One last chance late in the game. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
This time it's complete. They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Cougars. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Here comes the heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is.
Intentional throw.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a man. It's Bowen. Gets it to the back. He gets up to the 15-yard line as they're working their way away from their own end zone. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it.